Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I finally get to start talking about a bait that I've been really excited about since I got 2 prototypes last October. I've been fishing it ever since and catching a ton of fish on it. And finally, Z-Man started announcing it on their social media, so I figured I can start talking about it too. And that bait is the brand new Tungsten EVO. This is a new tungsten version of the Chatterbait Elite EVO that was introduced, was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year at ICAST. It pretty much has all the same components, premium components, but it has a tungsten head. So the head is made of tungsten, which is actually, may seem like a small detail, but it's actually a pretty big deal. So tungsten is much more dense than lead, which does a couple things. Number one, it's gonna make the head much smaller and compact compared to a lead version of the same weight. And also lead has a different sound underneath the water, which I think is the biggest deal with the Tungsten EVO, is the fact that that sound that comes from the blade clacking against the tungsten is going to be completely different. It's actually a clacking sound. You know, when a blade hits lead, it's going to be a much more duller sound because lead is just a duller metal. You know, it's a softer metal, but tungsten is very hard, so it's going to create a very distinct clacking sound underneath the water. So the fact that you have a more compact bait head, you know, on this bait allows this bait to kind of track a little bit deeper. It's not going to want to pull up to the surface as much because it doesn't have as much resistance, but it also has a completely different sound and vibration profile underneath the water. So it's a really killer bait that you can use in conjunction with other, you know, traditional lead head chatterbaits to get some extra bites, or you can completely, you know, give them something different to look at and get some really ferocious strikes. So let's stop talking about it. Let's get on the bow. We've got perfect conditions. We got a little bit of wind. It's a nice, you know, a windy summer day, and we got this nice weed edge. Perfect for chatterbait fishing. Let's try the Tungsten EVO out on this bank. There he is. Give it a little pop. Whoa. Quick release. Beautiful thing. Hopefully it was all right. Oh, there he is. There's obviously some fish on this windblown point. Nice. Whoa. Nice and shallow. That's one of the things I really like about the EVO, is that if you listen to underwater footage of it, it makes a lot of commotion, like way more than a regular chatterbait, because that blade to tungsten contact is just clacking a lot. So I think it's really good in like area, you know, situations where you got dirty water or the water's real churned up. And it also pulls fish out of cover, I believe. You know, just pulls them from further distances. So I think this is actually probably going to be a pretty strong dirty water chatterbait. We got the power poles down. See if there's some more fish here. Oh, there he is. Right at the boat. My goodness. I mean, he hit as soon as I was taking it out of the water. Another one on the Tungsten EVO. You know, it seems to come through grass just as good as any other, you know, jackhammer or Elite EVO, you know. That's one of the great things about a chatterbait, is how well they come through grass. There he is. Oh, missed him. Missed him. There's some fish piled up here. there's like a little underwater roadbed here, and the wind's blowing right on it, so it's kind of textbook. There he is, good fish. Gosh, he is not that big. He felt like it. They are just crushing the EVO today. I'm telling you, man, I am super stoked about this bait, man. The sound that this thing makes is just so much more defined than any of the lead-headed versions, which is pretty much all the other chatterbaits on the market. It really does give them something completely different, you know, as far as the sound and even the vibration. There he is. Good fish. Good fish. Not a giant, but a nice chunky schooler. I saw some activity there. Lots of shad just ganged up here in this little cut through. But yeah, man, you know, I'm not really seeing the tungsten EVO like necessarily being something you want to throw in completely different conditions than other chatterbaits you've thrown, but it's a chatterbait, just like guys switch over from like lipless crankbaits with regular rattles to like one knockers or tungsten rattles. It's something like that. You're just fine-tuning the presentation and trying to get extra bites out of, you know, pressured fish. I think that's kind of where the tungsten EVO is really going to set itself apart. Gotta be one more in this cut. There it is. Gosh, this is so much fun. I love a chatterbait bite. You know, tungsten EVO aside, whenever you've got wind blowing on any type of structure, whether it's you know, a point or like a roadbed like this, and it's shallow enough and you got some grass, woo-wee. If you're not throwing a chatterbait, man, you're missing out. It is just too much fun. Oh man, the tip of this point, there's like this perfect little point of grass here. And we got wind blowing over it. Whoo-wee. If I don't get a bite here, I'm gonna be very surprised. There he is. There he is. Gosh, it only seems like smaller fish are feeding on the bait fish today. That's kind of how this lake sets up, honestly. But I kind of called the shot, didn't I? I mean, it's pretty textbook. You know, you got this wind blowing right over the tip of this point, and there's grass on it. It's like perfect. Perfect chatterbait water. There he is. All right. Well, guys, as you can see, the new tungsten EVO definitely works. It's honestly, it's one of my favorite chatterbaits that I've thrown, and it's going to be one of the staples for me in my arsenal. But you know, to me, like I've said a couple times before, I really think that, you know, you could use this bait all the time. This could kind of replace your favorite chatterbait. But it can also be kind of a 1-2 punch type thing. You can throw a traditional lead chatterbait, and then once they stop biting that, then you can move over to the tungsten EVO and get more bites by using a bait that has a completely different sound profile. It's just like when, you know, the one knockers came out with lipless crankbaits. You know, it's just another bait, another tool that allows you to do something a little bit different and give the fish something different to, you know, hear, feel, and see. So anyways, guys, the Tungsten EVO isn't for sale yet. It's not on the market, but it will be very soon. And I'm really excited about going to ICAST to see all the different sizes and colors that it's going to come in. And yeah, so stay tuned. The Tungsten EVO is coming. And it's a really, really cool chatterbait. So check it out, zmanfishing.com. And also let me know what you think of the new Tungsten EVO in the comment section below. I'm going to see you guys out on the water. Make sure you trust the process.